All right, this is recording 724. Again, you can find me at Christina Statia 918.com. I'm saying it phonetically, so it'll show up right in the captions. Okay, so, all right, this is a continuation of the previous recording. So also in this, I'm going, oh my God, which is what everybody else did when they were listening. They were going, oh my God. Okay, so inside the last recording or the recording before last is also Heisenberg. Okay. All right. So you can find it in there easy. So, all right. So let's talk about the silverware again. Jean Jernigan Roberts, like I told you, she robbed my Grandma Wilson and she robbed my Grandma Stacia. Okay, so you know how she likes to do her little switcheroo stuff and her mad cuckoo and all that? Okay. All right, so my Grandma Wilson, when she was robbed, what was stolen was CDs, like musical CDs. I think her VCR, but I can't remember. And she said the weird thing is her jewelry, she had it out to be polished on the table. Okay? And don't even think about it. I'm going to put, they're calling law enforcement in Mesa to put security around your mom and your Aunt Vicky. Your grandma and your Aunt Vicky. Okay, so anyway, my Aunt Vicky's probably got it all. So, which means don't even fucking try it. And my grandma knows how to shoot a pistol. So, a Magnum. So anyway, okay, so she was polishing her silver, okay? And it was the only thing that wasn't touched. And she said, that is the weirdest thing. She goes, they were so stupid. They took CDs and my VCR. I think it was VCR. They took CDs and my VCR, but they left silver jewelry. They left it there on the table. Okay. So now you guys know Mesa table. And you know they were eyes because they did not know any of this. They might not have even seen it. They had to be eyes or they had to be under specific direction or instruction. It would be if the people that did it could go talk to, because this is not everyday cops and robbers. First of all, I know you guys were ICE. And I know that Jean robbed the cartel. And I know Jean has little apps and she tells people to do little shit. Like, go do this and go do that. And then say this and say that. Like a little freaking game. And then if I figure out that Jean did it, which Jean is the one doing it, then Jean turns around and blames everyone else on. And then she's like, because she wants to make it look like it's Mexico doing it. It's not Mexico doing it. It's Jean Roberts doing it, pretending to be the cartel. Okay, so if you were involved in this, please go make a report to the police on who gave you what orders. Like, if you don't even know anything, this is what happened. Or have someone go make an anonymous report for you. Do that. But anyway, so she's like, well, they're so stupid. They didn't even take that was all out. The silver and the polish, she polished it. So then that's an old English reference, old English polish. And then furniture polish. So again, you could tell it's Jean, and she's trying to blame, it's the M game to her. She's either trying to blame Mexico or she's trying to blame Masons. It's Jean Jernigan Roberts. And she pre-planned all this because she knew I would go visit my family, and my family would tell me because she ice rapes my family. So I'm going to find out about all this, and then Jean's going to be like, well, I'm just one person. I can't be everywhere at once. I don't know what anybody's talking about. You can tell this is all pre-planned. You can tell that Jean did this. So anyway, versus that was all left there, versus her accusing my Aunt Terry of stealing silverware, also silver, stealing silverware, and my Aunt Terry getting pissed I didn't steal any silverware. And then Jean, this is what was told to me today, Jean did falsely accuse your Aunt Terry of stealing silverware. And we know that Jean Roberts stole it. And Jean Roberts coming to talk to you or prompting the conversation or however the conversation occurred so she could get in and paint herself as the innocent angel being of light that no one's ever always wanted but yet is forced on the United States of America. Okay, she was fucking with your brain. She was messing with you because she was saying, well, your grandma, she accuses me of that. I don't know what your grandma's talking about. And then also they said gifts, that's presents. Okay, you got to see all ESP code, Regala code, and that's one of Jean's aliases. She will ice people to give her gifts, and she gives evil, Jean Roberts gives evil gifts by ice raping other people who are giving genuine gifts to people. So like somebody who cares about me gives me a genuine gift, but Jean is ice raping the person. So there's a double meaning behind it. So you got to take the gift as face value. It's precious and meaningful from the person it came from. But then if you know Jean Roberts, then you know she iced you, and then you know there's evil meaning behind the gift. Just like she gave that Comic Sans Serif beach font surf freaking thing that looked like was made from print shop, and then my dad was like, oh my god, that's precious, let me put it on the counter. And then Jean kept fucking with me with the letters of it. I decoded all kinds of stuff in it, but I can't remember what it is all now. And then when she gave my dad the gift with the white hand with the grenade in it. Okay, so anyway, so Jean was trying to screw with your brain. So that's not a coincidence. Both of it being silver, having to do with Tonto National Forest, which has to do with Hi-Ho Silver, which has to do with Charles Manson. You got to see all code. Jean Roberts is Charles Manson. And then Jean has a set of silverware. And my grandma Wilson still has hers that wasn't stolen. So again, Jean and Charles are trying to make it look like it's Native Americans, like it's the American Indian movement, like she's trying to frame Native Americans is what she's trying to do. Native Americans didn't do it either. Jean Roberts likes to make it look like it's everybody else. Just everybody calm down. She's the white 6'2" Viking that no one's ever wanted, and she's perfectly innocent. She just doesn't know anything that's going on, and it's everybody else's fault. It's Jean Jernigan Roberts doing it. She's running a gag, she's running a con, and she's using ice on people, and she's also has people actively helping her by doing her little freaking commands and crap. They don't even know what stuff means. She's like, go do this or go wear that. And then she also uses AI. She also ices people. So anyway, so those go together. So it's no coincidence. So you know Jean Roberts robbed both of my grandmas. And then, you know, Jean Roberts likes to hide in plain sight. What's her last name? Roberts. She's bragging about being a thief in her last name. Even though her name, that's her name that she really goes by. That's how everybody knows her. Even though that's a fake name, but that's how everybody knows her. So another thing is Silver Bullet. Okay, I think that is another book by Stephen King. And then Werewolf. Okay, so where you have to see all code on where. I already coded this out on paper. But let me kind of quickly go over it with you. You can already figure it all out. So you've got wear, like as in don something, like you're wearing something. Okay, that's also a put on. You're putting something on. You're pulling the wool over. You're pulling a con. Okay, so wear. Then you also have software. So she's hacking. And then she is also icing people. So she's wearing people. She's like, it's like literally like her, like using ice is like literally having a closet full of, instead of having clothes hung up, people, actual true to God people, real people, human beings. And she unzips their back and she climbs right in and she walks them the hell around and has them do whatever the hell they want by ice raping. That's artificial intelligence. It's robotic technology. Okay, so where, and then also where, W-H-E-R-E. She likes to play this whodunit and where are they and who are they. Okay, and then her big one is keep doing this over and over and over, wearing people out until they're exhausted, which is a scary point and part in all of this. Okay, because she keeps this up and it keeps wearing people down. It's a part of the silent war. It's a part of her plot. She wears people down and she wears people out. What happens? People throw money, get sucked into her shit. They give her money. She gets more rich. People also go into preservation mode because they know what's going on, so they start storing money. Then if she's a part of them, then she starts threatening and working on them, needle and picking, wearing them out. Okay, so, and then like her trying to exhaust me, I keep telling on her, and she keeps telling everybody else, you can't listen to Christina's recordings or it just won't work. This is just a simple little stupid thing we're doing to Christina for no fucking reason, but we just think we're just a fraud Freud badasses. We just want to get away with our lies, and if you go listen to Christina, you'll go figure out that we're fucking lying. So that's the only reason why we're telling you to not listen to Christina. So listen to our shit if it won't work. Just it won't work. Just do everything we fucking say. You put your lives into some dumbass's fucking hands that says, don't listen to someone making reports against someone. And the only way they can do it is publicly, which is what I'm doing. Because my reports get hacked this way. Everybody knows what's going on. This way works wonders. Because you know what? They're able to catch criminals every freaking where. And then Jean likes to flip on all sides of it going, think ya, and blowing on her guns and shit in my brain. All those people, the thank you bitches are definitely gone. The gun blowing bitches are definitely gone too. All of them are freaking arrested. Every single one of them. Anyway, so wearing people out. So that's also with the skirmishes of the terror attacks that she's committing. Okay, people are finding out that Jean Roberts and her Manticore are committing terror attacks. It takes resources. It's exhausting. It's mind-boggling how many people there are in Charles Manson, and you have to follow every trail. Who belongs to what, and what's this, and who are you, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And connect all these pieces together. And this is worldwide. Jean Roberts is the leader of Charles Manson. Okay, that's exhausting, and it wears people out. It's wearing time, money. It's wearing your frame of mind. It's wearing, plus she's got people held hostage. It's wearing people out. if you are about to commit massive damage to someone, which I've learned this just by watching Jean on how she acts and by decoding. You know how she likes to like get me in the center of a bunch of people and then she likes to ice rape all the people? Like she just wants to corner me because she's a predator. And she wants to ice rape all the people and she just wants to corner the shit out of me. Like she could, if she could reach her freaking hand through them and grab onto me, she freaking would. Because she knows I've got her busted like a MFer. But anyway, so she plays like little corner, like what is that? What is that show called? What the heck is that show called? It has to do with drug abuse, where the family all sits down, which is what something Jean has fantasized about doing. I want everybody to fall for my shit. And I want us to all sit down and let's just all corner Christina. And I want everybody to believe all my lies and shit. And I want us to just all fucking just gangbang freaking Christina. That's what I just want to fucking do. This is really what she fantasizes about doing. And I've got her so damn turned in. They all know she's full of shit. That'll never freaking happen. I can't remember what the freaking show is called. Anyway, so she wants to be the center of it. And she wants to be the host. And she wants everybody. She wants to take part in a meat-eating frenzy. You know how like she does the ORGYs in my brain? Where everybody's taking part in feasting on her. And then I confront her. I'm like, why are you waking me up in the middle of the night getting your freak show on? And she turns around and lies to the public and goes, this is Christina. No, you're doing that in my brain. It's you doing that. Okay, so the same thing with like gang stalking. Okay, it's the same kind of thing, like hyenas, like feasting on a carcass. Okay, so she derives not only sexual pleasure from it, obviously, or she wouldn't be orgying in my brain. She's a sexual predator, and she's a predator. She's a terrorist. But the physical, the prowess of feeling in control and feeling that everybody's your puppet and they're under your control and they do everything for you, and to have like all your people just like feasting and chewing the meat and skin and bones off a human being that's been telling on you, and you just want to sit there and just freaking drool. And okay, she's getting pleasure out of that too. She's a predator. And the sooner that I can't tell on her, the sooner she thinks she gets away with it. So anyway, what was I going to say? So decoding her terror plots. So wearing everybody down, it takes a toll on nations financially. I mean, trying to beef up security is probably astronomical. And then to know all of your security is compromised no matter where you are because she's got control of AI. There's nothing secure anywhere. Is the cost of that is astronomical. Trying to rebuild your own private systems to keep your nation or your country secure, where it's not connected with other systems that are compromised around the world, and having to like beef up like 100 layers over that so your systems can't be compromised. Okay, because she hacks the shit out of everything. Okay, so all of that is exhausting. It takes money. Like she compromises hospital systems, police systems. She compromises every single thing. Okay, so if you want to take somebody down, you weaken them first. So that's what's happening right now, is she's trying to wear down the United States in all different forms of the word wear. Because then all she does is swoop in and take the nation. And she's not only doing that here, she does that all over the place. But That's why I make reports. So my reports go worldwide. So that's not going to happen the way that Jean wants it to happen. And they know that that is Jean's agenda here in the United States. She's already pronounced herself as queen. No, she really pronounced herself as Queen of the United States, Jean Jernigan Roberts. So, which means the United States is a nation that is a nation among all nations, and all nations work together. So if one nation who is a major nation is not functioning properly and is being run over by a freaking hippie Manson cult who is also trying to attack multiple nations, then what do you think multiple nations are going to do? They're going to help the United States isolate these terror cells. Jean Roberts' last breath is coming soon. And they're not going to let the United States falter. They can't, no one can afford any nation, any single nation to falter because all nations have to work together. So Jean Roberts is not going to get her global dominion way, even though that's her plot. But that's what we're all in right now, is the wearing everybody down before the big stuff happens, because resources have to be depleted, people have to be depleted, everything has to be depleted. Even that, she did that too. Pleats in your pants. Oh my God. Okay, so also werewolf, something else she always did. And then, you know, Flo is wolf backwards, right? Okay, then also Steppenwolf, she used that, which would go to Stephen Parent. She killed Stephen Parent when she did the Charles Manson murders. And remember, I told you those original victims, one of them owned or had rights to AI technology and she ripped it off. So there's more evidence that it goes back there. Okay, so also my Aunt Terry, remember I told you that it was signaled to me in my brain that somebody broke into my Aunt Terry's and they stole Lunchables out of her fridge. So I'm sitting there thinking about her, the whole recording that I just told you. And then I'm like thinking about all this more and I'm like, oh my God, this all goes together too. So it's not just the silverware. So, okay, in my brain when I lived in Oklahoma City, it scared the ever living heck out of me, okay? And looking back, I don't know if it's real or if it's not real. I really don't. It scared the heck out of me. It still scares me, like I want somebody to go check on her. So in my brain, like, put physical eyes on her. Not like put physical eyes on her. Like, oh, I see her on camera. There she is on radar. No, I mean, go to her house. Like, go physically see her and make sure she is okay and put out a well-being check or a not well-being check. So, anyway, she put in my brain, Jean Roberts put in my brain, I was in Oklahoma City. She put in a picture of Ricki Lake. Remember Ricki Lake, the talk show host? She put a picture in my brain. It was live. It was video. It was live footage of Ricki Lake in my brain. Her face was mangled, like deformed, mangled, like beaten up kind of, but like scarred, like mangled looking. And she was screaming and crying desperately for help, like desperately screaming and crying for help. And it scared the ever living heck out of me. And I knew that she's being held hostage somewhere and I didn't know where. Now, for those of you who don't know, okay, Ricki Lake's name is Soleil, I don't know how you pronounce it, Soleil or Soleil Moonfry Zappa. Her dad's name is Frank Zappa. Okay, I decoded Jean Roberts taking Frank Zappa's life. And she claims that he's still alive and he's helping her, which I doubt that's the case. Gene paints this fantasy world of some fantasy heaven where all celebrities are just choosing to go and die and just leave them alone, is what Gene paints in my head. And she says that for the military, and that's not the freaking case. That is literally not the case. Because I've seen stuff that goes on. I've seen people held hostage. I've seen people in bondage. I've seen all kinds of stuff in my brain. So with Ricki Lake, it scared the ever-living heck out of me. And I was like, I'll just wait till I can make reports. And I'll just wait till I can make reports in person so somebody can go check on her. Okay, so the Ricki Lake, the Lunchables, that goes to Soleil Moon Frye, which is Ricki Lake, Zappa. So Moon Frye, Moonraker. So then that also connects to Copan Lake. Copan Lake is a lake in northern Oklahoma. It's north of Bartlesville, Dewey. Okay, so Copan Lake is where somebody that was an old member of Mario's family's, somebody that they used to, somebody that they used to know, okay, and Mario and I were just always like pleasant, polite. I mean, just like the polite, you got to be polite. So anyway, he like fixed broken electronics, okay, and he was supposed to be like really good at it. I had a VCR, okay, that I bought when Mario and I lived in Arizona, and it broke suddenly out of the middle of nowhere. It just broke. So you know who broke it? Gene Roberts broke in and broke it. And it was like my favorite thing in the whole world. It reminded me of LL Cool J. And it was a JVC. And it had four gold legs on it, four gold circle legs. It was just like the fanciest freaking thing I'd ever seen in my life. I was freaking obsessed with it. I was like, oh my God, it's my first. I was really, really young. And I was like, my first electronic. I'm like, you know, I want to dust it and polish it and like show it, look at my VCR. Like it was very special, very, very, very important. So anyway, so when I'm decoding, so the VCR broke, and then Mario asked the guy, do you think you could fix the VCR? And then he said he would fix the VCR. And he never would fix it, and he would never give my VCR back. We never got the VCR back. It was gone. It's probably sitting in some freaking demon hellhole underground somewhere with a bunch of freaking white supremacist Satanists that ran around helping Gene Roberts do the World Trade Center attack in Oklahoma City bombing. But anyway, so they lived in Copan Lake, okay? So one time we went up to Copan Lake, and this didn't have anything to do with those guys, but it's all parallel because it's all Copan Lake, and then also the initials CL. Mario and I went to Copan Lake for 4th of July, okay? And the one thing I remembered really cool about the 4th of July event at Copan Lake was they gave out 3D glasses. And you could actually put the 3D glasses on and watch fireworks. And it made the fireworks look like they were 3D. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So again, what this is doing here is how our life is being controlled. Gene Roberts is committing these crimes with these criminals, Turner Manson occult, and she's trying to make it look like it is the military. And she's trying to make it look like it's everybody she would never associate with. But you know what? My dad already told me in artificial intelligence, it is Jean Jernigan Roberts, her top Manson sisters, her brother, and her sister. So anyway, so the JVC, that goes to JC, and there's a lot of JCs there, so you have all kinds of initials there. So I decoded the JVC VCR. When I decoded the JVC VCR, I decoded a full page of this. And that's when I realized I decoded where she really literally had or has Ricki Lake kidnapped. So anyway, I decoded a whole freaking page. It was all kind of weird. It was a full freaking page. I decoded the whole thing. So The JC, so it's JVC. So she's tearing up JVC, the brand, which is like one of my favorite brands of electronics. And there's all kinds of initials in there. So she's doing parallel. She likes to make it look like it's my family. And she tries to make it look like it's everybody else. She has no idea who they are. And she doesn't know what anybody's talking about. Or, it's a cartel or the Masons or anybody else she can freaking come up with. Okay, so another group of people she likes to blame is she likes to say it's my sister. She likes to say it's the Cooks. Okay, so what you can see, she's doing layers with the initials here. So she's using Jennifer Cook, she's using Jeremy Cook, she's using Jeff Cook. She's also using John Chaney. And then you have the initials of the scripted names that she gave us by icing myself and Ben, which those would be our initials. And then it looks like JVC, and then she hides her name in it. Jean is the leader of Charles Manson, Jean Jernigan Roberts. So she doesn't think I'll ever notice this. I had to do all the research. She's controlling my speech to go out and do all the research. I've been decoding crimes that Jean Roberts has committed for 9 years now. Everything I find something, I get on a trail, I go all the way down the trail and figure out what's there. So anyway, Jean never thought that I would figure this out. So first of all, see all Vice code, see all VP code. Okay, so that goes to this. Then she's also using Vicky Government, VICHY, government. So she's saying that she is Vicky Government. She's saying that she's Charles Manson. So she's literally signaturing this, but she thinks that no one would ever figure that out because she's got this all covered with all this crapola. So she also used in the break-ins Jumpin' Jack Flash. Now, I decoded Illuminati. I decoded a full page of Illuminati, like the word Illuminati. I decoded the full page. I was freaking out. I'm like, what the heck is this? There's freaking goddamn nursery rhymes in this. Like, what the heck is this? Illuminati is supposed to be like something illustrious, and here I am like decoding. I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's got freaking nursery rhymes in it. Like, anyway, no, it still makes me laugh. So I'm like decoding the full thing. I decoded a full page on it. So the Jumpin' Jack Flash, that goes to a nursery rhyme, and then that goes all the way back to 1976 when I'm in grade school with the nursery rhymes. So anyway, she also made a reference to, she also used Whoopi Goldberg, that Christian, I can't remember the movie she was in, where she was the nun. And I think she's like doing a mockery of me, like, because it goes with the whole nun theme. Like, she's trying to portray me as like, she knows that she's falsely accusing me of all kinds of just lie ass shit to make money. And she's telling me to just fucking deal with it. And she's got free clearance to do whatever the hell she wants. And no, Jean, you're going to jail. And then she's committing terrorism. And I just need to just let her just do whatever the hell she wants to. And just stalk me and rep out her little freaking nasty MFers. And just let them just run rampant and spread lies for money. And just do what the hell they want. Just do what you want. Commit terrorism, make money, getting stalked, whatever the hell you want. No, I'm turning Jean in. So, anyway, she tried to make a reference to me being Whoopi Goldberg. Sister Act, that's what it's called, Sister Act. She was trying to make a reference to me. I know Whoopi Goldberg. I got to meet her a couple of times in my brain in mental telepathy. She's a really neat person. Like, I really love her. So, anyway, so she's using, like, being sarcastic about, like, Sister Act. She's wanting to paint me as, like, like Antichrist. And no, I'm not. I'm a regular ass person that you've been stalking. And I happen to know you're a criminal because I've decoded your crimes for 9 years and I'm turning your ass in. Gene Roberts, on the other hand, you would be the Antichrist. So, anyway, in JVC, if you decode all this out even more, is J and K junk. She even used that. And CL code there. And then she used Coven and then Conjure. Okay, I decoded a full page on a crime she committed when I lived in Slidell, and she used the word conjuring, and I decoded a full freaking page on it. And Gene Roberts committed the crime, and somehow that page went missing. And I don't know if she went and told somebody some lie, and somebody went and stole it, or she stole it and went and told some lie or something somewhere. But Gene Roberts committed a terror attack, and she used that. But anyway, I had a conjure freaking wine bottle that I used for, or a liquor bottle that it's really cool. It's black and it's gold and it says Conjure down it. It reminds me of New Orleans, the New Orleans Saints colors. So anyway, but I threw it out when I moved here because I can't have liquor bottles for design. But anyway, so she knows, I know that she committed that crime, but I don't think about that crime. I think about the body. I just think of New Orleans. That's New Orleans. That bottle is cool. Even Soup Dog spoke to me in mental telepathy. He is like, that is freaking cool. I'm getting that. So anyway, she also used conjury. And then another thing that she did is she used the Oingo Boingo and then the Dan, the composer, and the Pentagon Papers and all of that. Okay, that's how she came up with Dan Bongino's name. So anyway, that is the end of this recording.